Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 16 of 30 days of real estate content in Nigeria. My name is John Olisa, and I'm the CEO of Red Diamond Properties Limited. Today, I'm going to be continuing in my series on different aspects of Nigerian real estate and how you can get involved. Over the last 2 weeks, I've shared so much on property brokerage, I've shared on real estate investment trust, property media, yearly rentals, short let, and the list goes on. Property media. Today I want to share on 2 more, and I believe you'll get so much value on them, which is property technology and property consultancy. I'm going to start first with property consultancy. So who is a property consultant? A property consultant is someone with requisite knowledge and skill over an area of real estate and who can offer knowledge-related, industry-related advice to people who need it in exchange for a fee. So a property consultant is someone whose field of study is related to real estate. It could be estate surveying, it could be land surveying, it could be architecture, it could be building, it could be law, it could be accounting. These professions that an aspect of them have to do with real estate, right? And they now offer services to people, whether real estate investors, realtors, property developers, or the general public, and in exchange, they get a fee. So to be a property consultant, you must have that basic qualification in any of these areas I have stated and more, because it's needed. And how do you make money as a property consultant? By simply charging a fee. One architect I know years ago, I wanted to know the bill of quantity for the construction of a building, and he said before he proceeds, there's a consultancy fee of 250,000. So that was his own basic fee before he can even give you the bill of quantity. So that's the property consultant. There's another lawyer I know on Instagram. She charges a fee for people who want to know about land titles and some other things. She has a pre-recorded course and you pay a fee and you can access it. So that's some form of property consultancy. So a property consultant offers industry-related advice to clients in exchange for a fee. And I just few things I would like to say about a property consultant. A property consultant generally needs to have some skills or some traits. The first one is possession of industry knowledge. As I said, that's the first thing a property consultant does, giving industry-related advice to a client in exchange for a fee. So a property consultant should be vast in their field. Because a property consultant is not just giving general advice. A property consultant can be held liable for advice that they give clients which goes wrong. They can be held liable for that. They can institute, the party who engage them can institute action against them in court. So it's very important that the property consultant has technical knowledge of the area over which they are giving consultancy services, have in-depth knowledge. It is very, very important. The second thing I would like to talk about, a trait of top property consultants, is this: they must have good relationship building skills. As a property consultant, one of the way you get clients is by relating with them. The consultancy is not necessarily a physical product you sell, it's a service that you offer. So your ability to have a large network, your ability to be able to relate with different people above you on your level and even below you is very important, because it's in your network that you get clients. It has been said, your network determines your net worth. This is especially so to property consultants. So you must develop strong relationship building skills. Not just that, still in line with this, you must know how to maintain your clients that you have gotten. Clients that you have offered services to, you need to maintain them, because it is easier to retain a client than to get a new client. The cost of acquiring new clients is much more higher than the cost of maintaining a client. So as a property consultant, you need to have strong relationship building skills and also know how to maintain clients. The third one I want to talk about is emotional intelligence. Many times as a consultant, you'll be dealing with different people with different temperament, whether choleric, whether sanguine, phlegmatic, melancholic. There are so many other temperaments, but I want to focus on this. And your ability to know the clients you're dealing with will determine how far you can go with them or how much you can offer to them. So if, for instance, you're working with a choleric person, you know cholerics are assertive, cholerics are goal-driven, cholerics are pushy. Those are some strengths, but some of their weaknesses, they could be impatient, they could have outbursts of anger, they could be harsh talkers. Your ability to know such temperaments will greatly help in relating with such kind of clients. So it's very good or important to understand emotions of your client, because emotional intelligence is also having to do with your own ability to understand your own emotion and understand the emotions of others, and the ability to effectively respond based on emotions and not react. There's a difference between reaction and response. So it's very important you have emotional intelligence as a property consultant. And the last but not the least trait you need is your ability to adhere to high ethical standards. Yes, your ability to adhere to high ethical standards, because your clients presume that you will give them what is best, and you have a duty to be a person of integrity. You need to say the truth, even if it leads not to you getting the job. While writing my book, How to Make Money in Real Estate in Nigeria, where I discuss 12 ways to make money in real estate in Nigeria, which is available on Seller, I came across the story of a consultant or two consultants. The property developer approached the first consultant and told them, asked for his advice. They wanted to develop a property and complete it within 12 months. And the first consultant said, no, it will not happen, that it's not possible. Based on my advice, based on my industry knowledge and the way things will go, it will not happen. But the developer did not want to hear that, so the developer went and got another property consultant who did not act with integrity and told the developer it will happen, you can do it. But into the project, there were serious delays, which led to loss to both the property developer and also the consultant, who had to let go up to $1 million in fees just because there was no truthfulness and integrity. So it's very important as a property consultant, you tell your client, you advise your client on what they need to hear, not necessarily what they want to hear. You have a duty to give them an unbiased opinion, an unbiased position on what they present to you, not necessarily what they want. Because you need to know, as I've said earlier, that you can be liable if you give them wrong advice. They can institute legal action against you. So that being said, let me go to the next one, which is property technology. I love property technology so much, and it's really changing the real estate landscape in Nigeria and the world over. So property technology just has to do with the use of technology to advance real estate, whether searching of property, whether buying of property, selling of property, leasing of property, and the likes, property management. So property technology is just the use of technological tool to advance every and any area of real estate through technology. And it's a very big one. It's a very big one. Yes, that is it. And I'm going to share some tips for you if you want to go into property technology. One, you must have a deep knowledge of technology and real estate. Because property technology, you are using, that's the first thing you need to do. You need to have a deep knowledge of both technology and real estate. Because in property technology, you are using technological tools or apps or the likes to provide solutions to real estate problems. So it's very important. So let me give an example of having deep knowledge. of industry. That is what has led to property listing websites. Before, as a realtor, when I just started my real estate career and I need properties, I will need to go and ask so many people, asking individual agents, going on groups to ask, sometimes not getting response. But with a property listing website, that's how I got my first property that I sold to a client for 45 million. I simply went on the site, and the site will ask you, put in the location of your choice, the budget, the number of bedrooms, and yes, those things. And it will bring out all the properties in that place. And you have the opportunity to contact the agent who marketed that property, and you reach out to them. So with this property listing website, it saved me so much stress. After contacting the agent, I just went, did inspection, liked the property, informed the buyer it's good, and we closed the deal. So you see, the creators of this property listing website realized that there was a gap in real estate, realizing that people always have to search and search and search for properties manually before they can get one. But with this listing site, you just need to go online, put the type of property you want, and you see whether it's available or not. You reach out to the agent, schedule an inspection. So it's very important that you have deep knowledge of both real estate and the adequate technological tool that will do that. We also know in Nigeria that rent collection could be an issue, right? There's a property technology company that does two things. For tenants, it helps them in saving of rent because they understand that paying rent bulk at once may be an issue. So tenants can save their rent up front with them. They also work with the landlord. They tell the landlord, we are going to help you get your rent. And yes, we're going to help you get your rent. So they act as a bridge between landlord and tenant, and they are providing solutions to that issue of default of tenancy and default of rent. So that's very important. So what do you need to get to succeed in property technology is what I would say, know the appropriate revenue model that you want to use. Yes, because there are different revenue models. So for the property listing websites I told you, they have different plans. If you want to list 55 properties, it's 12,000. If you want to, that 12,000 per month. If you want to list unlimited properties, is about 170,000. There's another property website, property listing website. If you want to list 50 properties, it's 16,000. 100 properties, it is 20,000. So you need to know what model do you want to use. That is one model, a subscription model. Another one you can use is a commission-based model. This second property management website I told you about that links landlords and tenants and help with rent. How they charge their fee is 10% of the rent. So you want to know, do you want to use a commission-based model? That's what Airbnb does. Airbnb has a commission-based model because they charge a commission on the owner of the short-let property. So having a commission-based model is a very good one. It's a very good one. That is it. That is very important. So you need to have knowledge, deep knowledge of the industry. So I'm just going through my notes to see whether I've exhausted everything. Yes. So this is the thing about property technology. It's so broad. In fact, at a point in time in 2025, I wanted to go into it and I already had the plan, but it's still something I think I will do. It's just that it's quite capital intensive. I will not want to share the ideas now, but no, property technology is a very good one, which if gotten right, it can make the whole change. So that's it, what you need to know basically about property technology and property consultancy. You can get much more about this in my book, How to Make Money in Real Estate in Nigeria, which is available on Seller. My name is John Ollis and I'm the CEO of Red Diamond Properties Limited. We are a property development company. And recently we launched our first estate in Kuchiako Extension, Kuje. Genesis Court is the name of the estate. And with a 200 square meter land going for 1.5 million, you can build a 3-bedroom terrace duplex. With 300 square meters going for 2.2 million, you can build a 4-bedroom semi-detached duplex. With 400 square meters going for 3 million, you can build a 5-bedroom fully detached duplex. While with a 1,000 square meters land going for 7 million, you can build a block of flat. 6 units consisting of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, 2 units each. For more information, you can contact me on +234 813 799 0792. I go again, +234 813 799 0792. You can also reach out to us at reddiamondproperties10@gmail.com. reddiamondproperties10@gmail.com. Remember, knowledge is power. I'm giving you free value through what I said and teach you on a daily basis. For those of you who could not join our Facebook Live today, I'm going to put a video on my YouTube channel and you can join and watch it there. My name is John Olisa on YouTube. You can watch it. Remember, the first rule of investment is this: before investing money in any investment, invest money first in acquiring knowledge about the investment. And that's what I'm doing to you, giving you knowledge, how be it free of charge. So the best thing you can do is just to improve your knowledge base. So thank you so very much for joining me today on day 16 of 30 days of real estate content. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow by God's grace. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye.